Often cited as a virtue, patience is a key building block to growing your business while you grow yourself. Here's business and spiritual living coach Kate Duxler with her definition of patience.
Patience is the ability to kind of surrender into the present moment in a way that's enjoyable and peaceful without there being any sort of kind of urge or internal need to be in a future experience that hasn't already happened yet. So I think patience is best experienced. It's something that an individual will know for themselves and can literally check in and say, am I being patient? Is this how I describe what I'm feeling? Or in fact, is there this element of impatience and this kind of unease or negativity or restlessness inside me that would be defined as impatience?
If left unchecked, the inability to deal with stress or anxiety can have long-term mental and physical effects.
I think that what impatience and anxiety have in common is that it is a mental projection into the future. So it's living in the future. It's wanting to be somewhere else in the future rather than now. So impatience can be a symptom of anxiety, and anxiety can be a symptom of impatience. And when we are able to focus more in the present moment, one of the benefits becomes this kind of feeling of patience and ease and relaxation into that moment.
Here, Kate gives us an example of when impatience and anxiety affected her.
So I knew that today I wanted to talk about patience, and I knew that I, generally speaking, have plenty to say on the topic. But what I didn't know is that I was going to have plenty of opportunity to practice patience just in the hours before I showed up here today. And so I'm sitting in the salon beforehand, getting my hair done, and I specifically agreed to a certain amount of time that I kind of would prefer for it to take. Can we do this in 30 to 45 minutes? That's about how much time I have, and I knew that should be reasonable. So as I'm sitting there, the minutes just go by, 10 minutes, another 15 minutes, we're creeping up on an hour. I have people waiting here for me, and I feel the surge of impatience. And first of all, I am reminded how uncomfortable and unpleasant impatience is. And it would be incredibly convenient for me to succumb to that impatience, to say, look, I know it's uncomfortable, but I have no other choice, right? What other response could I possibly have in this moment than impatience? Because I'm late, she's moving slow, and I have somewhere else to be. So the best thing that I can say is to see if you can give your full attention to the moment, to experience the moment in its fullness as it's unfolding, which leaves little room for that kind of mental activity of driving forward. I need to be somewhere else. I need to get that other thing done. And we can find that if we're constantly giving our attention to the present moment, we inherently become more patient, for one, but on the second hand, we also just enjoy the present moment more. Everything becomes a little simpler and more relaxed and more pleasurable. Every moment in the present is your very life. There is no other time. So if I am deciding, if I am allowing myself to feel that kind of negativity of impatience in the moment, then I am affecting the very life that I have. And I have decided that's just not acceptable to me anymore. I have to instead cultivate patience in the place of impatience, because I have made that life choice for myself. So that's the first thing that you have to do, right? You have to have the awareness that the impatience is no longer acceptable to you, and then make the choice that you want something else instead. That you want to feel patience instead. You want to actually be able to live that instead. And so when you step into that choice, that's one of the biggest, most important decisions you will make in your life.
No transformation is possible without first making a choice to create it. Kate's message points to the truth that sound ideas do little good if they remain just that, ideas. The key is to actually begin applying these ideas in a practical way to your everyday life. Becoming more patient starts with the choice to do so. Then, it's a matter of dismantling the beliefs and behaviors associated with impatience and systematically replacing them with those of patience. Let's return to Kate's story and learn how she overcame her own impatience.
One of the ways that I do that is simply surrendering. Simply allowing myself to say, I don't know the greater factors at play here. For all I know, the people waiting for me at the scene today in this very room, they needed the extra time. There was an important conversation they needed to have anyway, and me not being there right on time ultimately worked out okay. Or any other potential set of conditions that makes it all okay for me to surrender into the natural flow of the moment and not suffocate the moment due to my own mental projection that I needed to be impatient now. Impatient was the response I should have in this. And just this softening, this gentleness to allow patience to come in place of that pesky impatience that's affecting our lives. So what winds up happening when I give myself these kind of vacations from my own anxious patterning? Then I learn a lot and I begin to kind of train myself to do that and accumulate that experience of choosing inner peace instead of that anxious response. So notice I use the word choosing. I am making a conscious choice to experience and embody inner peace instead. And then after I have enough of those experiences going forward, it begins to give me a solid foundation of that. I begin to feel safe and train those muscles in doing that.
Kate Duxler coaches entrepreneurs who want peace, happiness, and extraordinarily successful businesses. The support you need to create systems for your best life is here. Subscribe to Kate's newsletter at kateduxler.com and never miss Kate's fresh take on business, spirituality, and reaching your potential. Find more videos on the practical benefits of spiritual living on Kate's YouTube channel. And if you're ready to grow yourself as you grow your business, get started right away and sign up for an on-demand program so you can begin developing the life-changing tools and skills you'll need to transform your life and business. Congratulations as you embark on an amazing journey of spiritual awakening and radical business success.